The Clash Royale metagame has many different tiers of cards. Some cards are super viable and work in almost every single deck possible, while others just simply aren't used at all. Hey guys, Legendaray here, and today we are going to be taking a look at 4 of these lower tier cards that just don't seem to perform well with their current mechanics and stats. All of these cards, in my opinion, are in need of a rework of some sort, and I think that once they are balanced and viable, they could be a pretty positive thing for the meta, bringing about very unique and interesting mechanics that you don't see in any other card. So, without further ado, let's get right into the list. Number 1. Elite Barbarians. These cards after so long have earned a name as some of the most annoying cards to deal with in the entire game. However, this only really seems to be the case on ladder, where they can be easily overleveled, being a common card. And of course, with their super fast move speed, the obvious combo is Elite Barbarians and Rage at the bridge. However, at a tournament standard, Elite Barbarians are almost never used, with the 5th worst win rate in the game according to the Rumham. So obviously, this card needs a buff at a tournament standard and a nerf on the ladder. So how do you achieve this? First, what I would do is decrease the Elite Barbarians' move speed. Currently they move very fast, or the same speed as goblins. Change that to just simply fast, or about the speed of guards. This makes it so that spamming E-barbs at the bridge will not be as effective anymore, as players will have a lot more time to react to them. Then, give these Elite Barbarians a small DPS buff. I think the Elite Barbarians' original purpose is as a defensive card, so let's go ahead and further emphasize that ability. Let me know what you think about this rework in the comments section below. Number 2. 3 Musketeers. The 3 Musketeers is a really hot topic in the Clash community. While they are confirmed to not receive any change in the March balance update, they definitely do need some balance, or else they are pretty dead. Now the main reason is obviously their cost, which is 10 elixir. This means that every single time you play the card, you will be guaranteed to leak some elixir every single time, and you'll also have 0 elixir to defend. This makes the 3 Musketeers such a difficult card to use that it's just simply not viable even with a DPS buff. So how would I change it? Well, I would really like the 3 Musketeers to be 9.5 elixir, but I highly doubt that that would be a viable option or even happen. I think one possible rework would be to change the Musketeers back to 9 elixir and then change their spawn formation, but not by much. You would still be able to split them, but my idea is to clump up their spawn just a little bit more. Then, playing them on defense will be a lot less viable, as troops such as Baby Dragon or Wizard will be able to splash all 3 of the Musketeers, and they will also be much more easy to react with spells such as Fireball. Again, not a perfect solution by any means, but just an idea. How would you guys balance 3 Musketeers? Let me know down below. Number 3. Barbarians. Now, this is a very interesting change to one of the OG cards in the game. What's the problem? Well, it's pretty much with every single Barbarian card in the game, with Barbarian Hut, Barbarian Barrel, and Battle Ram all being super effective in this meta. The Barbarians themselves are pretty ineffective. So how would I change this card to balance it? First thing I would do is to change the Barbarians themselves to 4 elixir. And then I'd go ahead and nerf the Barbarians' DPS very slightly. The Barbarians' use is mainly on defense, of course, so by making them cheaper, they will now be more of a viable mini tank killer. In addition, by adding a DPS nerf on the Barbarian, it'll also help balance out all of those Barbarian cards that are running everywhere in this meta, and boom, problem solved. What do you think about this change? Honestly, it's probably the most solid change I have proposed in this video, so definitely give it some thought. Number 4. Wallbreakers. The Wallbreakers are the newest card in the arena, but literally nobody is using them. Nobody. While their connection damage is pretty good and they do move relatively fast, they are just so easily destroyed and are literally just worse fire spirits. So here's my proposition. Wallbreakers deal death damage. Now, I know this isn't a new idea by any stretch of the imagination, but seriously, it's a really solid idea. However, I don't think that the death damage should be the full 400. Maybe, reduce it down to around 200 to 300 damage. Now, the Rumham's argument against this change is this. If they did have different damage, their card info becomes cluttered with a lot of numbers, and it's not immediately clear which damage they are doing. And my counter argument is this. The balloon has a completely different death damage, and I don't see anyone complaining that their card info is cluttered, do I? Plus, It's an epic card. It should have a bit more complexity than their common counterpart Fire Spirits. So there we go. 4 cards that I think really need a rework in this meta. Again, this is not a balance change wish list, but are cards that I think need major changes so that I hope we can bring them back from the dead and into viability in both ladder and challenges. If you have any more cards that you want to rework and ideas on how to rework them, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. But unfortunately guys, that's all I've got time for in today's video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like down below as well as a subscription to my channel. And as always, this is Legendaray, and I'm signing off. See you guys next time.